Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about clear cases today. So I just unboxed the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And so what I want to talk about is obviously that gold color. I want to show that off. So what clear case am I going to get to show off the new iPhone 12 Pro Max? So we've got 4 here that I've reviewed recently that I want to kind of go through and do a little bit of comparing. I've had some questions about these cases, so I want to kind of talk about which cases you might want to use in which situation, if you're looking for protection, let's say, versus which one is the most clear case in terms of clarity, best value. If you're looking to save some money, which case do you want to pick up? And then at the end of the day, you know, what is my favorite of the 4 and why? So we're gonna talk about each of these. So first up, I wanna kind of talk about clarity. So that's the number 1 question I get is, hey Chris, has that case yellowed yet? So I've had the Mkeke the longest. I've had this since April. I use this off and on. So as a reviewer, I'm reviewing a lot of different cases. So I don't have this on my case every single day, but I go back to Mkeke a lot. Up until really the Torras, I would say this is my favorite kind of clear case. And the reason why is 2 reasons. Price at $7.99, but then also it's very simple design. The case doesn't get in the way of the phone. So the back camera cutout is just flat. There's no extra border around it, which I really like. That's really nice. The sides are kind of a simple design as well. There's air pockets for drop protection. There's raised edges around the back so that it keeps the back lifted up off of the surface that you're setting it down on. All in all, great design case, and you can't beat that price at $7.99. So we're talking about clarity. Obviously, I've had this since April. No yellowing, haven't had any issues with that. Now, your usage may vary or may differ. You know, if you're using this every single day, constantly, never taking it off, I don't know, clear case is yellow. It's just what they do. So you may have a little bit of problem with it. In terms of the clearest case in front of me, I would have to say that's the Torras case. So I just did a review on this. I'll leave links to the reviews for all of these cases down below, but there's just something about this case where it is the clearest case out of all 4 of these. Not that the rest of the cases aren't clear, there's just something where this just has an added, you know, improvement in terms of clarity. I would say this, it kind of gives off more of a blue colorization. I do know that the Torras uses a kind of a patented or a unique TPU material that comes from Germany. So maybe that material is better than other materials. I do also like the Torras because it is a nice simple case. It also has, you know, around the camera cutout, there's not an extra border. It's very flat, so the back of your phone really shines through in this case. The sides are even more simple than the Mkeke case. So really this is actually the simplest design in terms of a case out of all 4 of these. The corners do stick out a little bit. So if you're gonna sit it down in its back, it is actually protecting the back of the case from scratches. Obviously, if you're sticking this in your pocket with keys, I mean, it's gonna get scratched up. So that's gonna happen if you're not careful with the case. Then I would say is the Spigen Ultra Hybrid in terms of clarity. It's a very nice clear case. And then lastly though, I mean, there's not a lot to say about it other than, I mean, it's clear. There's just something about, I would put the Spigen Ultra Hybrid and the Mkeke kind of at the same level in terms of clarity. Torras wins out very easily. And then kind of last in line would be ESR. For some reason, whenever I set the ESR down next to the rest of these, it does look a little bit more yellowish in tone. It's still a clear case. It just, as opposed to maybe blue clarity, it's kind of yellowish clarity. So out of all 4 of these, I would say that the ESR will probably be most likely to yellow over time as you use it. So that's clarity. Let's talk drop protection because it's a different story there. Number 1, in terms of drop protection, very easy. That is the Spigen Ultra Hybrid. This is a beefier case than the rest. If you notice, the camera cutout does have a border around it, so it is beefed up a little bit. It does provide some additional protection. Also, the sides come out more around, they wrap further around the front of the screen. So you're getting more of a lip around the front, so you're getting more protection in terms of the front of the screen. It's got nice air pocket, air cushion technology in the corners. All in all, you're definitely gonna get added protection if you go with the Spigen Ultra Hybrid. And by the way, Spigen makes great cases, great case manufacturer, you can't go wrong. Very affordable cases. If you're looking for a solid case, Spigen is really a good way to go. Then I would say kind of the Mkeke. Mkeke also has a pretty nice lip around the front, not as deep as Spigen's, but it definitely does have a lip around the front of it. Has really solid air pockets kind of in the corners to help with drop protection. Mkeke would be second, followed by the Torras. The Torras, all four of these cases kind of have beefed up corners or air pockets in the corners to kind of help with drop protection. But I would say the Torras and the ESR case are the thinnest in terms of they have less of a lip around the front of your phone. So if you're rocking the Torras or you're rocking the ESR, I would definitely recommend using a screen protector. I would recommend that for all four cases, really any case you use, but these don't provide as much of a lip around the front of your phone. Next up, let's talk price. So obviously Mkeke best value at $7.99, followed by Spigen. I picked this up for $11.99. The Torras came in at $13.59 when I picked that up, and the ESR was $15. So every one of these cases is under $15, very affordable. The ESR has this metal kickstand. So when we talk about kind of unique factors of this case, ESR stands out because of the kickstand. So if you want something that has a kickstand, this is a great kickstand. You can actually put it at multiple angles. It'll take a lot of weight. The joint is very stiff. It is made of really nice, thick, solid feeling metal. So I do like the ESR case because of the kickstand that it has on it. The last thing I do want to address is buttons. I get questions about, are the buttons clicky? And in terms of all four of these cases, the buttons are super clicky, no issues with accessing the buttons. They actually have thinner material, or actually some of these materials cut away around part of the button, which makes them much clickier because they're not having, you don't have as thick of rubber or TPU material surrounding the buttons. They're much more malleable, which means they're gonna be clickier at the end of the day. So I've got my new iPhone 12 Pro Max. What case am I gonna order first? And as I said before, Mkeke is gonna be the first clear case I'm gonna order. Otherwise, you can't go wrong with all four. So if you want the kickstand, ESR is a nice case. But if you're looking for super ultra clarity, go with the Torras, affordability, Mkeke, drop protection, Spigen. I hope this helps you in your purchase decision. If it does, give me a subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks guys, peace.